Had a chance to listen to Shane Steichen as OTAs continue, first round of OTAs out at the Colts complex, and where this team is at. And something happened during the workout. You had Michael Pittman Jr. kind of bunk knees with Jalen Jones on a play, and everybody went stone cold quiet. I mean, the team was quiet, coaches were quiet, media was quiet, everybody's quiet. It's usually a noisy place. This was not noisy as people tried to figure out what was going on with Michael Pittman Jr. because what this team does not need is injuries. Shane Steichen talks about that injury, if it's an injury, and not really a timeline, but what is sort of the diagnosis, what's he feel about Michael Pittman Jr. and his need to leave practice earlier today.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Coach.
Oh, got some new photos up there. I like it. Jude, it's great to be back out there, you know, competing against each other and some team reps out there, some 7-on-7 stuff. I like the way the guys are flying around. Obviously, day 2 today. Guys are competing their tails off, so it was good to see.
Any update on Michael Pittman Jr.?
Yeah, he just bumped knees out there on a play. I don't have a full update, but he should be fine.
So, is there typically going to be rush for Anthony getting back in the full team for the first time, and how do you kind of work through some of that?
Yeah, I think with any player, you know, you have a little rust every once in a while, but he's been pretty smooth out there so far. Completing a lot of balls, completion percentage has been good, knowing where to go with the football, which is a good sign. But I like where he's at right now, big time.
What do you look for? I mean, you don't look at it, the completions. What do you look for that he's doing things right?
Just like accelerated vision stuff. You know, mechanics are obviously part of it, but I think just accelerating, know where to go with the football and when to go with the football. Going through your reads, different coverages can dictate where that ball gets thrown. And he does a good job with that, knowing where to go with the ball. So keep doing that and at a high level.
Do you notice anything fundamentally different from him?
He's been on it fundamentally wise. You know, he's a compact guy, tight, really good feet, quick feet, which is really good to see. But the arm motion looks good, looks real good out there, so no concerns there.
Jim said earlier that Anthony doesn't look like a rookie anymore. In what areas do you see that the most with him right now?
I think with anything, you come in, you're a year into it, being around the guys. I mean, it could be, you know, football in the classroom along with just around the building, you know, just seeing how it's done your first year. You know how everyone operates, you know, to go about your business, you know, to be a pro. So I think all those little details that go into it, you know, not being a rookie, he's shown that so far.
Shane, we've talked about, you know, the skill positions. You added AD, you know, JT's healthy, Anthony's back. You have that full arsenal, and you feel like you've upgraded. How does it change things for you having all that at your disposal, play calling, and just, you know, when you're planning the season?
It's fun and it's exciting. You know, every week we'll have guys set things up for every single guy, you know, and you guys heard me say this before, but, you know, one week Pitt might catch 10, AD, Alec, and Downs might catch 3 or 4, and then the next week it might flip to another guy. So you just got to be selfless, those guys. But as far as the scheme goes, I mean, it's exciting to have a whole bunch of guys that you can do a whole bunch of different things with.
And that's by design, right? Getting different guys involved. You feel like that gives you an advantage? Matchups?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously we got to go out and do it. You know, we got to go rep it and go make it happen on Sunday, but a lot of work goes into it. But yeah, that's our job as coaches to put those guys in position.
Where have you seen Anthony take this time during OTAs, the offseason program, to improve in a way that maybe he wasn't able to last year as a rookie?
I think after your rookie year, you kind of find a rhythm, you know, kind of what is your routine, you know, going into the offseason. Now you got a full offseason. What's your routine going to be going into the offseason? And what are your study habits in the offseason going into year 2? And he's done a great job with that, coming in early, getting his treatment, watching tape, going through that process after film. He's in the weight room right now, you know, taking care of his body. Just saw him in there. So that routine's big going into year 2, that offseason routine. But yeah, excited for him.
Sometimes you have to remember that he's 22.
I mean,
he just turned 22.
Today. Yeah, happy birthday to him. Yeah, shoot, it's a young player, but he has just a great spirit about himself. You know, the character that he has, how he treats people in the building, outside the building, is phenomenal. I think that's, you know, key to success is having high character guys, and you know, he definitely has that. So that goes a long ways.
Jalen Carlisle said that
Yeah.
What do you see just in that position switch?
He's long and athletic. You know, playing in that safety position in college and being down in the box now, shoot, he made a heck of a play today. You know, jumping up, that vertical that he had on the play. And I ain't gonna lie, I threw it right there too. I was trying to lay it over the top of him. I said, holy smokes, that was a hell of a play by him. But the athleticism, the explosiveness, you know, a lot to learn obviously within a young player, learning the defense stuff, but you can see his ability.
Do you view corner pretty wide open outside of Kenny, of course?
Yeah, I mean, we got some guys obviously, but you know, we compete every day. Those guys go out and compete, but like the corner spot with those guys that we have right now, and shoot, they're playing well right now in these first 2 OTAs, so it's good to see.
Coach, it's still early, not a whole lot of time, but the most you've had Jelani Woods out there. How significant is this time for him and what he's able to bring?
It's big, you know, missing all of last season and coming into OTAs and finally getting to see him. I mean, I saw him a little bit in training camp. He got the injury, but to see how long he is and how he can run, you know, vertical threat, you know, different things you can do with him, it's good to have him back out there.
How much different has it been this year having JT as a part of this, you know, this early in the spring?
It's nice. It's real nice to have those guys. We've talked about it before. You know, having him and AR back there, getting those reps together are huge for our success this season. So to get him out there, rolling in these OTA practices, practicing with the guys, it's big.
Plenty of time to figure this out, but behind JT, how do you see that shaking out? Is it just wide open?
Yeah, they're battling. All those guys behind them, they're battling. You know, we got some depth back there, and those guys are going to go compete their tail off, and you know, see who comes out as the number 2 guy.
What did you think of the sidelines or the Kylan Granson from AR just early on, and just I guess that type of play?
Yeah, no, those are big plays. Anytime you can get out of the pocket, and he creates those, as we know. But to have that throw where it was, the touch he threw with it, and then the catch was incredible by Granson to make that, you know, get 2 feet in the ground to make that catch. Those would be big plays for us this year.
And on the flip side, I guess the interception that Daniel Scott had. One, seeing Daniel Scott being back out there,
Yeah.
just play, so.
Yeah, having D. Scott back out there is big. He's a smart player. I think he's going to have a hell of a future. He's smart, intelligent. I mean, that's part of it, playing in the back end, you know, communication. He made a good play on the ball. It was a heck of a play by him. And then anytime you throw interceptions, you just learn from him. You know, you learn from him. So.
I see something that gets kind of lost in the shuffle, talking about the safety group being wide open and someone needs to claim the spot. Is he something we should think about more?
Yeah, I think all those guys in the back end, right? Everyone's competing. You never know when your next play, you know, you're going to have to go in and compete and make a play. You know, I mean, the opportunity is going to present itself to all those guys, and they go take advantage of it when they get those opportunities.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Shane Steichen, right after we talked to him, said, hey, you know what, we're going to have joint practices with the Arizona Cardinals here at Grand Park, and then they're also going to have a joint practice around the preseason game in Cincinnati. So 2 sets of preseason practices, camp-type practices, joint practices, one with the Cardinals here and then one with the Cincinnati Bengals there.